This program contains crazy material, including offensive language. Listening discretion is advised.
Welcome to a VO's Padded Room podcast. So put on your straitjackets and join Big Jim and Brad Storm as they probe inside the mind of a new guest each week. So strap up and let's do this.
Our guest this week on a VO's Padded Room podcast fits so nicely in a straitjacket. Some might say a demon has taken over his voice. The voice of confidence. Specializing in video games, trailers, audio dramas, animation, and so much more. Our guest delivers on his vocal range and professional quality. Some might say he's crazy. Others just state that his voice acting prowess is like a double shot of espresso. Nominated twice for the Audioverse Awards in a video drama series. It's time to get strapped in the padded room because Ken Marsiglia, you are locked in and mic'd up.
Yeah!
How the hell are you?
Oh, I'm good. How you guys? That was an awesome intro, by the way.
Yeah, you know, I just know, since we're recording this, it's like, okay, if my mic runs hot here, I'll just repeat that.
That's it.
Yeah.
We want to get it right because the mastermind over there, Big Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's got it going on.
You see that guy, you tell him I'm looking for him.
So Ken, take us back, man. Take us back in time. Talk about how you fell in love with voiceover. And was it something that you wanted to do originally?
Well, voiceover there was not even a smidgen of that thought until about 2 years ago.
Right on.
So I've never, I've been asked about it before, and I always associate it with just cartoons. Like I never even associated it with commercials or, anything else. Just like, so anytime somebody would say, hey, you should do voiceover, I'm like, I don't do cartoon character voices. I don't know anything about that. And, I didn't get into this world. I didn't even know about this world until, 2018. I was,
what were you doing before?
I was a YouTuber.
Okay.
Well, I, still sort of am. I just don't do videos anymore. I work in the back end. But I
That's
started
a grind.
Oh yeah, it is. It's serious grind, especially whenever you combine Twitch into it and everything else.
Yeah.
It's almost a 24-hour job, and then you need to hire people to fill in, editing and everything else. But
were you a gamer YouTuber?
Yeah, I was a game critic and personality for Helix VR. It's a VR enthusiast YouTube channel.
Right.
And
how'd you get interacted with that?
Well, I was playing a game, a VR game called Skyfront, and I'm loud in games. I'm very obnoxious. And I happen to...
Yeah, I love your personality, man. On Twitter, I knew it, man, Ken. I knew, like, you drop the F-bombs, you drop the shit bombs, and I love it. I think, it's great that somebody's, like, wants to be themselves and doesn't give a shit about what everybody else thinks. And I salute you on that.
I respect that, too.
So that's the only way to be. I appreciate it. But yeah, I was playing this game, and I just happened to be there at the right time. There was a bunch of streamers in there, and one of them I got their attention, and they asked me, "Hey, are you a streamer?" I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Yeah, you
Not
want to?"
in public.
A streaker?
Not really interested, stream. Yeah. Streaker, I probably would have been
to the pavilion we go.
But
Through the quad to the gymnasium.
Scare a bunch of old people. That's all it's in my neighborhood. I probably wouldn't scare them. I'd probably gotten raped. But
crying
anyways. Oh man. But anyways, I was playing that game, and I ended up getting approached by the Seven, the guy that runs Helix VR, and he hit me up a few times. He kept on coming in and seeing me in there, and eventually I just said, hell with it, let's see what this is all about. And did my first review on the fly, and stuck with it ever since. Fell in love with that spotlight.
Did you get any hate mail? I mean, because I'm sure all of your reviews weren't 5-star reviews.
Oh, absolutely. Hate mail, copycats, people who, steal your videos or go to devs and claim they're you. To get free games.
Wow.
And then that dev's contacting me saying, hey, where's that review you promised me for that game? I'm like, well, you never gave me no game.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. How the hell am I going to review a game
They're like,
without
well,
playing
we
it?
sent it to this email address. And I was like, oh, that ain't my email address.
I didn't even know that
My
was a
email
thing.
address is on my LinkedIn profile. Get
Yep.
it straight.
It's on the YouTube channel. It was everywhere. But, it was fun, though. I mean, it got a lot more positive reception than anything else.
That's good.
Especially from the manufacturing end of virtual reality and the gaming end. Had a lot of companies come up, sponsors, giveaways. It was fun.
Did you go to big conventions and stuff? Did you go to video game conventions?
Well, two of our guys did the conventions over there in the UK. The EAX, which is I can't even think of the name of the one here. The big one that got canceled. Like, it's almost like E3 here.
Oh, I know you're talking about E3 or something.
Yeah. They do that over there. I've never gotten a chance to go to any of the conventions, though. I live so far away from everything. And during the time I was...
But you live in Prattville, right?
Yep, Prattville, Alabama.
Hey, you know what? In Georgia, they would do the Southern Fried Gaming Expo every summer. And it was in July. And it was pretty much based on all the retro games. But they had arcades, they had pinball, and they had some, new stuff that was coming out or whatever. They had old 80s actors would come sit and talk. But if that comes back, because it wasn't there last year, I'll let you know, man.
Oh, definitely.
That's a good time.
So I planned on going to Dragon Con.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's one I wanted to do because that's in Atlanta. I mean, that's only an hour and a half drive from me. And I got a buddy that goes every year.
That's where this Southern Fried Gaming Expo
Oh, is
was.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to do one, though, because I've been wanting to do that. The VO Atlanta, I think is what it's called. I wanted to do that.
VO Atlanta,
when it got canceled. And, everything got canceled when I wanted to do it. So
Everything's still canceled.
Damn virus.
Yeah. How have you been managing through the virus in your voiceover business?
All right, this may sound cold-hearted, but the virus made my business.
Wow.
It allowed me to make that jump. Because before it, I was making money, but I was chicken shit. I wasn't going to just quit my job and, see where it goes. Even though I was making enough to pay the bills off of what I was doing, I was just like, nah, this is fickle. As soon as I quit my job, I'm not going to get more business. And then I got laid off, so... And within 1 week, I doubled my income in the first week of being laid off, and it's been great ever since. So it's been a blessing, to be honest.
What are the keys to your success there?
Keys to my success are just keep it simple. That's the thing is, everything's overcomplicated in every business, and it's done on purpose. It's a way of gatekeeping, the whole earn your dues, which you have to. But the, sidestepping of people telling people, hey, it takes 5 to 10 years before you can even think about making money. And I'm like, bullshit. You give me any business and I will make money within that first year. There's just no way you can't do it. But what it is, it's the over complexities. They throw in all these, when people think about marketing, they're like, oh, I got a cold call. I got to do this and that. And it's like, no, it's a lot easier. You just talk to people like you would some stranger on the road.
Exactly.
On social media.
Yeah. But, everybody wants to pitch. And you see this, we're on LinkedIn, you get somebody that connects with you and they're pitching you. And it's like, I'm a voice actor too. I can't,
Yesterday, I got that. I got that yesterday. It was in Spanish too. I had to go translate it.
Hopefully it translated to what it really said.
It translated to, hey, we got this new show and we want you to be involved. And if you can donate some money and be part of it, that'd be great. And I'm like, no.
Nope.
And I don't even know if that works. I mean, it must work at some level for them.
I don't think it does, Ken.
But they don't know any better. That's the big thing, because a lot of people get mad, and I'm like, I can't get mad because that's what you're told on. When you go online, you look up marketing, there's no real information. If you want real information, you either pay for it or you just dumb yourself down, because that's really what you got to do. You got to dumb yourself down and break it down and say, okay, if a person who can't read or write can start a business and run it successfully, then why can't I?
Right.
And so
the pitch comes a long time from the initial contact, I believe. Not a long time, but you got to build, you got to kind of figure out somebody.
You don't even need the pitch.
No,
I've never
don't.
once had to pitch anybody. I mean, the thing is that, in this age, maybe 20 years ago, maybe even 15 years ago, you would need a pitch.
Right.
But now with social media, I mean, first time you get interested in somebody, you see something they say, you're like, okay, and you see it again, you're like, okay, I got to check this dude out. That's what you're going to do. You're going to investigate them. You're going to look them up, look up their social media, look at their Instagram, their Facebook,
Right.
So you know what they do. And that's the same thing, whenever I talk to a potential lead, I'm not pitching them, I'm just bullshitting with them. I'm talking about them. You know, and that's really how you start it, because everybody wants to talk about what they do. Everybody's proud of their business, you know, like us. You know, we want to talk about it, but our wives don't want to hear it. You know,
Right.
You know,
Right. I've become a better listener, though, as I've gotten older. I have become a better listener. I always wanted to talk all the time.
But I mean, you know, you get them talking about them, and eventually they feel rude. You know, they're like, oh, yeah, I'm tired of talking about me. What about you? What do you do? You know, and that's where it comes up, but you're still not pitching them. Yeah, I'm a streaker.
Nice.
I traumatize old people in my neighborhood.
He's driving a little rascal over there.
But he was naked. I think
How low can you go?
I liked it. Oh,
Come back here, baby. Man.
What do you like doing the most, Ken, as far as voiceover?
As far as voiceover, the thing I love most is games. I love character acting. That is the main thing.
Yeah.
Probably more so in audio dramas. Those don't pay. You know, they pay a little bit, but they're not, you know, nothing to brag about.
Did you find those on Backstage? Did you find those on there?
No, I saw the first one I got involved with was Emperor Pigs, and which is fucking stellar. Am I allowed to say fucking?
Oh, yeah.
I just did like twice after asking. I mean, before asking.
Sometimes our show's clean, sometimes it's not. It just depends on the day and the guest.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't warn you about turning on a bleeper because I have a potty mouth.
fine, man. Trust me.
That's why I invited you on, Ken.
But Emperor Pigs, I saw them, you know, they put out a casting call on Twitter, and, you know, I didn't know how to even find casting calls besides, I think it was Behind the Voice Actors was the only site that I was aware of at the time.
Okay.
And I hit them up and I auditioned for every role, you know, and I ended up being this Hank character, which was a very minor character. Had, I think, 4 lines in the whole series. And they were so impressed with what I did with them that they wrote them in to multiple episodes throughout, including, you know, using them for promos.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the whole audio drama, because I think it's because it's more in depth. It's more like a movie. It felt more natural than even games do, as far as the acting.
You could build up your experience in voice acting.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not just the conversational tone. You got to put some, you know, you got to feel it. You got to put a backstory on that character.
And it makes it easy whenever you're doing longer projects like that. You can start becoming that character. You know, you can create that personality in the back of your mind, so you can just drop into them.
Yeah,
and it feels more real.
What has been the most difficult character to get a grasp on?
I have not had no problems getting a grasp on any character, to be honest.
Perfect. I like that.
I have harder time on commercial copy than I do on characters.
Corporate too?
Corporate reads, I've only done one corporate read that I've gotten paid for. Other than that, and I didn't enjoy that, but it was good.
They're hard for me. Corporate reads.
Yeah, I don't feel them. You know, and a lot of times, you know, they want it set us in a not in a conversational tone, but more of a, you know, you're talking like almost I don't know,
a video sales letter.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't enjoy them, but I'll do anything for money. I'm a VO whore.
Oh, hey now.
I'll do anything for money.
Sign me up.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
But
you hear that, everybody? But, you know, you got to do what you love. And that's a great thing about, you know, interviewing you today is that you are actually, you found your niche.
Yeah.
You know, you found it. Did it take it didn't take a long time because you were streaming games. So I'm sure it was just kind of like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, perfect fit,
well,
right? Absolutely.
I had no idea where I would fit. I mean, the thing is, I didn't know I was going to be a promo guy, and that's basically what I am. You know, I do everything. You know, but it took me about 500 jobs to figure out, okay, this is where my bread and butter is. This is what everybody's hiring me for. You know, and let the client choose what I'm good at. You know, and that's the niche I started cornering. And that's also, you know, besides game, you know, characters, that's my favorite thing to do is promo. Whether it's trailer or, you know, even hard-hitting, you know, high-octane promos, you know, just any type of promo. Anything where I get to, you know, be intense. I enjoy.
Yeah, so naturally those corporate reads aren't for, I say us because I'm in the same boat, man. I can't sit there and do those corporate reads because we don't have that sound.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Especially when you got that low end, it kind of you get lower and lower the longer the read goes.
Hey,
Try this new wrench.
Right. Hey, you sit there, especially those explainers. Hey, go to your desktop and you click that fucking button right there. Yeah, no, dipshit, right there.
I just got done with an explainer today, actually.
Yeah. What did it explain?
Oh, it was for an app for explaining how to use it. Which it was funny because they actually wanted my southern accent, which isn't normal for that.
Right.
And then I wonder how southern do you want it? So I play around until they tell me it's too far.
That's too right.
And they don't like this. click the top
Just a
of the
good
screen.
old boy.
Come on, Earl. He only hits me when I deserve it. He's a good man.
What are some keys to picking up some work? Like say somebody, they're slow right now and there's only so much marketing they want to do and they're just getting burnt out. What can they do to generate attention to get more work?
Put out samples, and that's the big thing. If you don't have no samples, I know a lot of people, they don't have samples. They just got a demo and a demo's fine. It's fine for those bigger jobs, but it ain't fine for other stuff, and a lot of times your demo isn't relevant to whatever the job is that you're looking for. So having samples, showing off your stuff, getting outside of the voiceover box of people that's not your clients.
Right.
Every
Unless
once
you're
in a while,
coaching.
Absolutely agree.
yeah, every once in a while, you're getting hired by one, but that's because they double as a casting director, or they have, their clients need somebody, because I do the same thing. I hire other voiceovers for jobs that require it. But get outside of your circle, out of that circle and start reaching out to people who don't even know you exist, or might not even know they need voiceover. Mm-hmm. Here, this isn't something new. This isn't a new concept, what I'm about to say. And I think what it is, a lot of people forget about it, even though they've seen it on, YouTube videos, other voice actors saying this exact same thing. And what it is you see a need, you fill it, right? So I'll just give you an example of what I did. All right. I didn't have no work. I came, I lost my job. I was getting maybe 3 gigs a week tops, and they weren't nothing to brag about. I wasn't making a shit ton of money. But what I did was I saw this book trailer on Twitter. It had no voice, but it had the proper wording for the trailer, everything. Even the music was good. So I stripped it off, downloaded her, all of that content using one of those illegal downloaders and, don't tell anybody.
Brought to you
Stripped it
by.
apart. That's it. And then I voiced over it and recompiled it, sent it back to her and said, hey, it's yours. Do whatever you want. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. If you want to use it, use it. Don't
Merry
expect
Christmas.
anything in return. Yeah. And this author had like 59,000 followers on Twitter. She blasted it across her feed, bragging about it. And all of a sudden I started getting order after order after order after order from other authors for doing voiceovers for their book trailers. And then I got hooked up with eAudio Productions on LinkedIn.
Oh, nice.
And I do trailers for them, probably 2-3 a month.
What better way to be involved in books than doing the trailers, not doing the, somebody told me, I saw a post today, a guy had like 107,000 word book he had to do. And I'm like, holy hell, man.
See, that's something, that's a department I don't even want to touch. It's
107,000 words.
Oh, man.
No way.
Probably like 40 to 60 hours with the editing.
Absolutely. Yeah,
That's insanity.
That's just per finished. That's finished hour.
Yeah.
Right.
After you're done, you're cross-eyed after that whole project because you've been staring at the monitor for so long.
I won't touch any of that. That's too little money for that amount of work.
Yeah. Unless you can outsource the editing part.
Yeah, that's true. You got to like to read though. You got to like to read anything.
Yeah,
you can't just
that takes practice too.
Yeah.
You can't just I wouldn't try 100,000 words after your first book.
No, hell no.
I wouldn't try it after your first 10.
Hey, Are you looking to get into the voiceover industry but not sure where to start? Maybe you're a seasoned pro, but you're looking for a place to network and continue to grow. Either way, you've found your home with the Voiceover Academy. Our mission and vision at VOA is to help you discover and advance in the world of voiceover by providing a community of knowledge sharing and support for all levels of voice talent. The Voiceover Academy. Join us on Facebook and LinkedIn today.
Let the games begin!
Let the games begin! Let the games begin!
We know what that sound means, folks. It's time for a VO's Padded Improv. Today, Ken, we're going to have you sing Wake Me Up Before You Go Go by the 80s band Wham as a grumpy old man. So when you're ready, the mic is yours.
All right now. You put the boom boom into my heart. You send my soul sky high when your loving starts. Jitterbug into my brain. Goes bang, bang, bang till my feet do the same. But something's bugging me, something ain't right. My best friend told me what you did last night. Left me sleeping in my bed. I was dreaming, but I should have been with you instead. Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go. I don't wanna miss it when you hit that high. Oh yeah, come on, baby.
You know, Ken, you're a great sport because you said I don't like to sing all that much, but you damn sang it.
That was
So
awesome, brother.
I have to salute you.
That was so cool, bro. That's a true voice actor right there, folks. Amazing.
Jim, you come up with the craziest stuff.
Oh, where I find out this shit, man. And it's usually
On the
last
internet.
minute. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, well, you know, were you nervous at all trying to do the improv coming on? Did you not know what's... No, good.
I get a little bit of butterflies before any interview, but they die as soon as it goes live.
Man, that's excellent. We try to make this like
Yeah, that's our purpose. Our main goal is to future guests, I guess, and you as well, just relax. We're here to have fun, man. It's not your normal VO interview show. It's completely different.
No.
No, I like surprises anyway. It doesn't. That's why, whenever you ask me, if I had well, actually, I don't think you did. I think June asked me if I knew, I wanted to see the pre-interview questions. Nope, I don't want to see them.
Yeah, I used to do pre-interview questions with my old show, but I was just like, I find more joy, and I improve as an interviewer if I don't write my questions down. I do my research, but I don't have to write everything down. It's like you're a robot.
Right, just make some talking points.
Because you don't know where it's going to go.
Exactly.
You could have 10 questions, but you only used 2 of them because you went all the way over here.
Absolutely.
So I would like to know this. I know samples work, and they're great. And I've been starting to churn a lot more samples out lately, which I like. I enjoy creating things, and I'm sure you do as well.
Oh yeah.
How, other than that, do you excel in video game voiceover?
Video game voiceover, it's smoozing with the community. And that's the thing. You want to start getting jobs in a certain sector.
Yeah.
You have to know the lingo, and that's one of the things. Whenever I'm an amateur game dev. I make a bunch of crappy games in both VR and flat.
You didn't make ET though.
And no. My games are actually better than that. So, but no, it helps to know some of the technical jargon. Know what you're talking about because you're not going in there pitching. You're going in there talking to them about what they do. And if they see that you actually know what they're doing, you understand it,
and you appreciate it.
That goes a long way. Exactly. And then, whenever they're making their next game, it might be you that they're thinking about for that voiceover. And, that
I never thought of it that way. That's a good idea. You know what? Because that's something I'm actually getting into. And I love that. And that's why I was excited about this show and meeting you, Ken, and all this is, I'm in the process of making a video game demo myself. So I'm out looking for video content and stuff. But the way you just brought that up was, I'm prior service, so I've got experience with, the military and combat. And so, like you said, get in with those game guys and let them know, hey, maybe, this is how it's kind of really, I don't want to say I don't want to be like a prick and say, no, dude, this is how it's really done. But bring some authenticity.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. You got to do that. You got to do what you just said. Don't come off, like you're trying to tell them how to do their job, but coming off, as a consultant, letting them know, hey, this, because I do a lot of military ones. I mean, that's my go-to is military or any tough guy characters. And, and I have, I'm a brag. I have a perfect calm voice for a soldier.
Right. Absolutely.
Especially when you throw that filter over top, it makes it sound like I'm coming over radio. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And
Roger that.
But I always change the wording because I get a lot of times the lingo they're using is not proper, and they're trying to go for realism. So that's those types of fixes they love.
Yeah.
Because it brings their game, makes their game much more immersive.
Or the real talk, like how copy over. Roger
exactly.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What's been the most fun, as far as your projects go, what has been the most rewarding project you've been on?
Most rewarding. Most rewarding is still Emperor Pigs, as far as,
Right on.
I mean, it's just, that created the love for this craft. Before it was more just, I was just doing it because, it was fun. But I didn't really love it, and, there were projects where I got down, we all do, we get those projects where like, fuck this shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a love-hate relationship when you first start out and going through these hurdles, and it's so frustrating because there's so much to learn.
Absolutely.
But you got to do it. If you want to get through and see the light at the end of the tunnel, you got to keep, plowing through there.
Exactly.
Like when you were getting down on yourself and, you were getting rejected on jobs and you weren't getting the things that you wanted, how did you keep motivating yourself to keep going?
Oh, I never let stuff like that ever bother me. I mean, it'd get me a little down, after, 50 rejections, but,
I just get numb to it after a while.
But it was more
Nothing
or less
personal.
I kept seeing, even when I first started getting into, 100, 200 auditions before you even, can get a job. And, so I kept pumping them out. And, that's the main thing. Anybody, who's starting out in this industry, chances are you're not going to make it. I ain't going to candy coat it. You're not going to make it. Chances are, and it's because of yourself. Most people fear success.
Yeah.
They don't even realize they fear success. And most people aren't self-motivated. They can't be persistent through failure after failure after failure. They make excuses for why they can't do something today, or they need a mental health break tomorrow, or, it just so many factors, or they got thin skin. And
hey, you know what? And Ken, you can really relate that to achievement hunting or trophy hunting. Because when I was an achievement hunter, when I would want to make, get 1,000 points on a game, you can see a gradual progression in your skill set on that game. You get better and better if you keep, going through it. Mm-hmm. And that's the same thing with anything you do. If you keep going, doors will unlock and a light will come on and go, whoa, and you will upgrade your level.
Exactly. I mean, you could have the worst voice in the world and you'll still make it in this industry.
Yeah.
As long as you persist, you will get somewhere.
What's your thoughts on the freelancing sites like Upwork, Fiverr, and pay-to-plays?
I love them all. I mean, they're all great sources of income, and they all have a bad rap for the wrong reasons, usually by people who don't know what the hell they're talking about.
You think they still have a bad rap? You think that's slowly fading away?
I think the bad rap is a very small circle of loud people. And what's funny is some of those loud people are on Fiverr. Some of those people that are, it's almost like they're saying,
I hate Fiverr.
because they don't want you there. They don't want that competition.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. You don't want to get on there.
You say competition, and that's just what's happening. Is the competition is rising. So maybe it's surpassing these folks' level,
Right. Well, the way I look at it, there is no competition. I have no competition. You guys aren't my competition. Nobody else
I like
is.
That.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, say, all three of us, go and audition for this one job. Mm-hmm. None of us may get it if none of us are the right voice, and they're going to recast. And none of us are going to go, audition again, I hope, because we're just wasting their time. It was because none of us were that voice. It didn't mean our reads were bad, just that they didn't want us. And that's how I come down to there is no competition. It's either going to be, you want me or you don't. You know, I'm the right voice or I'm not.
I like that way of thinking, looking at it. That's a great way to look at it. It's, you know, I didn't lose to anybody. You're right. They just didn't want me.
Exactly.
With the voice, that style or whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing, I'll be honest too, I've been, for the last couple of years, I've been battling with anxiety up and down. I had a lot of anxiety, and I had to like figure things out as far as how to control that anxiety and how to not beat myself up so much when there's failure in front of me.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is it's just to keep going.
Exactly.
And you gotta have, if you don't have the confidence, you got to find out how to get that confidence, whether it's through live read sessions, whether it's through taking audio engineer classes, whether it's through, any dictation, whatever you need, acting, figure it out. Because then you'll have the confidence and you will succeed. And you won't say, I suck. I had somebody said the other day, they're like, why am I going to post videos? Because nobody's going to want to listen to me, right? And I'm like, shit, I post videos all the time. Some of them I'm like, they're going to think I'm ridiculous here, but it's just like, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Who cares?
Especially now.
You might realize somebody actually does like to listen to you.
There's always going to be someone that gets something out of it, Brad. Always.
That's it.
You can help that one person.
Yeah. So
that's all that counts.
Okay. So Ken, there's a newcomer. They just bought their USB mic. Mm-hmm. They got their hobo for it. What do you tell them when they start their journey?
Start your journey. Get your butt on castingcall.club. It's an awful site if you go pro, but it's great for the beginner. A lot of fun projects. Don't do anything that isn't fun because it'll dissuade you from going further if you start out that way. Find those projects that just, that's what you want to do. You don't care about it being free or anything else because you're going to work for free with a USB mic. What was the other thing? Shit. I had something else because and go to edgestudio.com and go to their scripts.
Learn.
Play with those scripts every single day. I don't care if you got a migraine. I don't care if you're coughing up because of COVID. Get your butt up, get in your booth and practice every single day. And record everything that you do on that mic. Record it all. Listen to it. You don't have to save it.
I say video record it as well. I think using video when you're recording your audio is great because you can see how your mouth moves. You can see the expressions you make, and you can implant them in your brain.
That's a good idea, actually. That's pretty brilliant.
And you touched on this earlier, Ken. Let the niche, whatever the fuck you say it. Let the niche or whatever find you. Don't go out there and say, hey. Yeah. I'm going to do this because I think I'm good at it. In reality, you may be a badass, whatever it is. But let it find you. Let the customers tell you.
Exactly. I mean,
Jim, you're destined for XXX voiceover.
XXX. Oh, there you go. Put it there.
On that note, hey, Ken, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. It goes by pretty quick.
I've enjoyed it, brother.
I'm glad, dude, because I it's great meeting you finally, and outside of Twitter, and just commenting on posts. So
I wish I would have known you guys were going to be on camera.
Say that again.
I said I wish I would have known you guys were going to be on camera. I would have put my camera back in the booth.
But you know what? The good thing is we'll have you back on, so it doesn't matter.
There you go.
We'll do it again. You want to make any shout outs to anybody in particular, or you want to plug any of your social media?
Yeah, you can find me on kenmarsiglia.com. That's KenMarsiglia.com. It's a lot of fucking letters. Or Ken Marsiglia with a capital K, a capital M, a capital V for the VO, and a lowercase o. Don't know why the hell that O is lowercase on Twitter. That's at Ken Marsiglia VO with a small O. And LinkedIn, Ken Marsiglia VO.
What about your YouTube? You say that one?
Oh, the YouTube? I have no idea. Oh, Helix VR. I was thinking my personal YouTube, which is a bunch of numbers. Helix VR. That's Helix with 2 X's, VR.
Hey, Jim, you going to make a shout out to any of your social media? Or?
Yeah, you can find me at bigjimmedia.com and then LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook at Big Jim Media.
You can find me on Brad Storm VO, Twitter, Instagram, Brad Storm voiceover on Facebook, Brad Storm Lanou on LinkedIn, Brad Storm on YouTube, and you can check out a VO's Padded Room on YouTube as well, alongside Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and Captivate. And you know what? Leave us a 5-star review, leave us a review, and share with the world.
And y'all, when the days get long and shit gets real, you gotta
punch every day in the face.
Yeah!
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.